Hey everyone, Hussin here, and I got another Power Rangers Dino Charge review for you today. These are the 5-inch figures, and these are my favorite part of the toy line. I always love the Ranger figures, and I'm so excited to finally have the Dino Charge ones. These are known as the Action Heroes, so they're like Red Ranger Action Hero, Blue Ranger Action Hero, etc. This is like Wave 1 of the release line. Wave 2, I guess you could say, is the one with the villains, possibly. I'm not sure how to classify all the waves yet. But these are the 5 main Rangers. These are the ones popping up in stores now on Target, Amazon. They're going to pop up everywhere eventually. I think it's only the Toys R Us and Times Square so far that has the villains. But regardless, this is it. This is the initial release line, and I'm excited. So let's take a look at the packaging first and foremost, because this packaging looks awesome. It like really stands out on the shelf. It's really cool looking. It's it's red like it was before, but it's like a much brighter red, and there's more stuff going on here. Like you got the T-Rex and the Red Ranger right there, Dino Charge logo, boom, Red Ranger Action Hero, some green right there, the actual Ranger Zord right there, which is pretty cool, and even like a little dinosaur shaped like design of the packaging, which just, it really stands out and it looks really cool. So definitely some great packaging there. You got an image of the Red Ranger right there, which is pretty cool. So you got the Red Ranger, the Dino Charge Morpher, and the Saber as well. So I believe all of the Rangers come with the Morpher and Saber. I believe so, but we'll double check and see. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. So on the side, you got like that little symbol right there. On the other side, it advertises the Dino Charge scanner app. So if you have a Dino Charger, you can use the app. This one does not come with it. There's the UPC if anyone cares about it. And there's the back. So this is really cool. I like this trend that they're doing, because they started this with Super Mega Force, where they have a bio on the back. And they continued it here, which is great. So Dino Charge logo, some little dinos there. Dino Charge Red Ranger, so they got an image from the show. Unfortunately, because this is kind of before the show came out, there's some mistakes right here. So the Red Ranger is actually not Lucas, it's Tyler. So yeah, but I guess it kind of increases the value of the product maybe, because it's like a little mistake, and sometimes those things are more valuable. I don't know. But regardless, I'm sure in future releases, I'm assuming they're going to update it and actually have the correct name. But Tyler is the Red Ranger's name, but this just says Lucas, as far as I know, actually, because the show is not aired. So maybe it actually is Lucas, and I'm wrong. But I think there are bios on a website or something, and it says Tyler. But anyways, so you have a little bio right there. You can pause the video and read that if you would like to. And then again, it tells you all that fun stuff. It says Ranger Team Dino Charge, so that makes me wonder if they're going to release more Rangers from other seasons then, because otherwise it's always going to say Dino Charge, so why put that there? I don't know. But anyways, these are the 5 Rangers right there, and then you have Fury and the Vivix henchmen as well. So those guys, the foot soldiers, those guys will be released at some point, and I will do a video review when those come out. But there's that. Let's grab the Pink Ranger right here. Pink Ranger Action Hero. So there's your artwork right there, and you got the Triceratops. So they all have the Red Ranger in the packaging. The packaging there is standard. It's just this part that changes right there. And this stays the same, red across the board. And then on the back, you just have a new bio there. So there's the Pink Ranger, and you can pause the video and read the bio there. But the Pink Ranger's name is Shelby, so that is accurate. So there you go. You got the Blue Ranger right here. So pretty cool packaging. There's an image of the Blue Ranger right there, and the Stegosaurus. So it looks great. These figures just look great. I'm so excited to open these up. I love the 5-inch figures. Here's the bio for the Blue Ranger. His name is Coda. He's a caveman. So that's interesting. Alright. And then we got the Green Ranger over here. Whoops. So there's the packaging there. So Green Ranger. Alright, so we got the Velociraptor. And there's the image of the Green Ranger right there with the Saber Here's the bio, so you can pause the video and read the bio there. And I believe this is another mistake, because this names the Green Ranger as Quinn, but I think the Green Ranger's name is actually Riley. So Riley is the Green Ranger's name, so that's another mistake. So just the Red Ranger and the Green Ranger have incorrect names on the bios. As far as I know, you know, if you watch this video in a month and Dino Charge premieres and it actually is Quinn, then don't like comment and say, you were wrong. I don't know for sure. The show hasn't aired yet. But here's the Black Ranger right here. So there's the image. The Parasaurolophus. All right, Black Ranger with the Dino Charge Morpher. Ready for action. So here's the bio for Chase. So you can pause the video and read the full thing there if you would like. And yeah. There we go. All right, folks, so I am very excited. So without further ado, let's get these open and take a look. All right, I got all of the Dino Charge 5-inch figures out of the packaging right here, and here they are. They look awesome. I love the 5-inch figures, and the Dino Charge toy line is awesome. And immediately, the one thing that you'll notice is the Pink Ranger is shorter than the others. I guess for whatever reason, all the male Rangers, they decided to kind of leave that height, and then the Pink Ranger a little shorter. Nah, you know, I guess it is what it is. But they all look great together for sure. I love the colors are nice, bright, solid colors, and it looks great together. All 5 of them look really cool. So they all each come with the same weapons. So they all come with a little Dino Charge Morpher right here, which is all just one color. It's like this yellowish greenish kind of a color, almost like a booger color. I don't know how else to describe it, but some nice detail on it for what it is. And I actually kind of dig this. I'm not gonna lie. This color is much better, in my opinion, than the typical black or gray colors for weapons that they have. Like, this really actually stands out. It's a nice color, and it kind of fits the yellow color scheme there somewhat. Like, it's actually kind of neat looking. So if they really didn't, you know, if they weren't able to fully paint the weapons, and they usually aren't, then might as well have it this color instead of just your standard boring stuff. And it comes with the Saber right here. The Dino Saber. So I'll kind of show you guys that. So yeah, so there's that. This Dino Charge Morpher does have a peg right there. Excuse me. So all of the figures have a little hole on one side, not on this side, but only on this side, and you can peg in the Morpher right there. There's no peg for the Saber or anything, so there's just that. So just kind of wanted to point that out. So I'll pose the Rangers in a second with their actual weapons, but first I just kind of wanted to show you guys the actual Ranger figures right there. So they look great. So let's just take a look at the articulation on some of these guys. So all the male figures have the same articulation, and the female Pink Ranger has different articulation as well. So the head rotates around 360 degrees. The shoulder pad gets in the way a little bit, so you kind of have to just kind of, you know, be a little wary of that. You might not want to do too much because you don't want to like scratch it up or something, but it is possible. The shoulder pad, by the way, you can move it up and down. So some people might have been afraid that this was all one piece there, which would then hinder articulation, but this is actually movable, so that's actually kind of nice. It is a little bit noticeable in some of these figures because it actually stays up, like on my Blue Ranger. It's really the one. Some of these other ones, like, those are probably fine, but the blue one kind of sticks up a little bit. So your mileage may vary on some of these. You may have figures that are great, some that kind of stick up a bit more. Just keep that in mind. Personally, though, I prefer having it being able to move because you have greater articulation there. So I don't mind the slight, you know, like raise that it has there. It really doesn't bother me, especially because I'm probably not going to pose it like this. I'm going to pose them in action poses, so that shouldn't be a problem. But then you can move the arms, you know, all the way up. You can rotate them around as well. They do bend at the elbow, and the entire, you know, hand right here rotates around 360 degrees. You can do the splits with them. They can kick forward about that much and kick back a little bit there. It does bend at the knees, and then the entire boot rotates around as well. So yeah, I mean, just your standard articulation for the 5-inch figures. It's not really much different than the previous 5-inch figures, but you just have a little shoulder pad thing there. But, you know, other than that, not much difference. A real quick little comparison with the Super Mega Force Red Ranger. It might be kind of hard to tell on the camera. Let me see if I can level it out a little bit. The Dino Charge ones are a teeny bit taller, so just keep that in mind. Teeny bit taller, but regardless, they look great together, and it definitely does fit in the 5-inch scale. So not really any deal breaker by any means. It's perfectly fine, but just FYI, in case you were curious about that. But yeah, I mean, just looking at the detail of the figure, though, great helmet sculpt. Some good detail on that for sure. And I love the chest piece because the yellow really stands out. It's nice and bright. Nice silver paint that they use there. And the T-Rex image also looks great. I think all the chest designs for all the Rangers look great. The arms are slightly darker color than the rest of the body, and that applies for all the Rangers except black. It's like the opposite. But so that is slightly different. Which is actually how it is on the show. Like if you actually look at the image for the Red Ranger, you'll see like that's a darker red than that. So that's actually show accurate, but it kind of looks cool, you know, having that there. Which the back, by the way, this is what it looks like there. There's just plain silver. There's no, you know, colors or anything there on the back, in case you were curious. But yeah, so definitely looks pretty cool. These are the, like up close, that right there. There's the buckle. I'll show you guys that up close. The Dino Com. So it's all silver, but some nice little, you know, detail on that part there. Yeah, so other than that, pretty standard. So I'll just kind of grab the Ranger right here and make some little pose with the Dino Charge Morpher and everything. Kind of fit that in there. I really do like the 5-inch figures. They're my favorite part of the toy line because, I mean, if I'm collecting anything for Power Rangers, I want to collect the Power Rangers, you know what I mean? So I definitely do like these 5-inch figures, and I think these ones are pretty solid. They stick with the similar kind of pattern of, like, you know, the muscles and stuff. Like, these are all muscular Rangers. They're not overly muscular, except maybe like the chest, kind of like the muscles are bursting out of the design on the chest in a way. But regardless, you know, I still think it looks pretty good. You know, it doesn't look bad by any means. So yeah, so here's the Red Ranger right here. Get him like posing like this. Ready to go. So it definitely looks pretty cool. Alright, so here's the Blue Ranger. I'm not going to look at the articulation because it's the same for the male Rangers. When I look at the Pink Ranger, we'll look at the articulation there. But the helmet sculpt looks good. Looks good. I like the little top part right there. Looks pretty cool. Again, same shoulder piece there. The yellow and blue definitely looks nice, so nice little design there for the Stegosaurus. You got the darker blue right here, and then the lighter blue right there. The camera makes it look kind of like a light blue, but it is a dark blue, and that's like a darker blue overall, but it still looks pretty good. You can definitely see the scaly texture on the arms, which looks pretty cool. But other than that, I mean, it's same, you know, kind of figure as the Red Ranger. So, pretty cool. Let's do this here, and we'll give him the Dino Charge Morpher right here. Some of the hands are like, you gotta like play with it a little bit to get it to fit the weapon in there, like the first time, you know? You gotta kind of break it in a little bit. Not literally break it, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I mean, these figures, I'm definitely loving these guys. The FYI, in case you were wanting to buy these, Toys R Us always releases their, you know, Toys R Us exclusive pack of Rangers, right? And they are going to do the same thing. They're going to release a pack of these 5 Rangers plus the Fury villain figure. So you'll be able to get all of these in one pack with all their weapons and everything. Plus, I believe it comes with an exclusive figure of the Dino Spike, which is like their combined weapon. So keep that in mind, you know, because if you want that Dino Spike weapon, you might as well wait and buy that pack from Toys R Us. I mean, there's no reason not to. Me, personally, I probably want, like, I want one set of these Rangers to maybe have on display in my room or something, and then another set of Rangers I can use, you know, for reviews and other things like that. So I actually will probably buy that pack again so I can get the Dino Spike, and I don't mind buying the 5-inch figures twice because I absolutely love them. But do keep that in mind. You know, you might want to wait and not buy these individual releases. Here's the Green Ranger right here. So nice, you know, design on there. The Velociraptor looks pretty cool. I mean, again, these figures all look pretty solid for sure. There's the back of it right there. Really great stuff. Really cool. Alright, let's get him doing a little something different here. I'm trying to copy the poses on the back of the packaging at the bottom here, just so, because they're all kind of different, so it makes it more interesting, I guess. Alright. Green Ranger ready to go. I do like the color of the weapon, because, you know, if they have to have it one solid color, this color definitely kind of stands out a bit more and it makes it look pretty nice. So I am pretty happy about that. And last but not least, for the male Rangers, we got the Black Ranger right here. And he's sort of the opposite, where his arms are not a darker color, but they're actually lighter, because since he's a Black Ranger, he has gray arms right there. So that is kind of different. But it looks pretty cool. So there's the helmet design right there. The Parasaurolophus. The black and yellow definitely looks pretty cool. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Ah. Alright. Good stuff, good stuff. Oops. I'm like dropping them already. Yeah, I mean, these figures just look really cool. Yeah, open your hand. And I am glad that they really did make that shoulder pad, movable. Definitely adds more posability there. What is with this? This arm is being weird. Alright. There we go. Let's do that. Then we'll do that. We'll have them facing like this. Alright. It is still so weird to me that there's no like Yellow Ranger or anything. I'm just so used to it, you know what I mean? But you do have plenty of yellow on these colors, and it's kind of nice to have a little something different, you know? And then here's the Pink Ranger. So first things first, articulation for the Pink Ranger. So the helmet does rotate around again. Shoulder pad does move up and down, so that part is the same. The arms, you know, does rotate around, and same articulation there. This rotates and everything. The arms look like they're super skinny and like so fragile that you could just touch it and it would fall apart, because they over stereotype, you know, females, and that just Bandai, whatever. Anyways, she does have the skirt though. So that skirt does provide articulation problems, because the legs cannot move forward really, and they cannot move back. I mean, very little. You really don't get much there, and they really don't move side to side. So her legs are permanently stuck pretty much in that position. She does bend at the knees though, and the boots do rotate around 360 degrees, but other than that, you're not really going to get her to do many like kick action poses or anything. It's just standing still and then moving the arms, really. That's the most you're really going to get out of the Pink Ranger, unfortunately. So do keep that in mind. She does come with the same weapons though, so we'll give her those to hold right now. Yeah. But luckily, she actually does stand up somewhat decently. Some of the female figures in the past have really been a pain to get to stand up, but she's actually not too bad. So yeah, so here's the little poses that I got going for the Rangers. I'll try and get them all lined up like this. So they look great. I mean, honestly, just look at these guys. This looks really cool. So I'm definitely really excited to have these, and I'll probably display it like this, just because it looks great. I mean, look at this. Look at that, folks. That just looks awesome to me. That just, yes. I just love this so much. The 5-inch figures, again, they're the Power Ranger figures. These are the main things for the toy line for me personally. So I'm in love with this. This is so cool. Yes. So exciting. All right. So I'm excited to collect more 5-inch figures. All the other Rangers that release, the villains, all that other fun stuff. It's going to be really cool to have. And the fact that we have so many other 5-inch figures, at least a Red Ranger from every season, plus we have the Super Mega Force team, we have the Mighty Morphin team. That's great to have, and it's really exciting. So I'm very happy about that. So I personally absolutely 100% recommend buying these 5-inch figures. If there's anything from the Dino Charge toy line, you know, maybe the Dino Charge Morpher is pretty essential if you want to collect the Dino Chargers, but regardless, you gotta get the Power Rangers. I mean, the Power Rangers are the main part of the Power Rangers toy line. So absolutely go buy these 5-inch figures. They are amazing. My one caveat, as I said earlier, is if you want this whole set and you want to get that Dino Spike weapon, I would hold off and buy the Toys R Us exclusive set, which should be coming out pretty soon in the next couple weeks or so. So that will come with the 5 Rangers, the Fury villain figure, and the Dino Spike exclusive weapon. So if you want, you know, all of that, I would hold off and buy that set. It will be worth the wait just to have that extra little weapon. Might as well, you know. These guys should be pretty easy to find, so I don't think you're going to have a hard time if you wait, you know, and decide not to get that set or something. But regardless, these guys look amazing, and I'm very excited about these. So there's that. I hope you guys enjoyed. I still have lots more Dino Charge reviews on the way, so stay tuned for that. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys later.